All right, some more Walker repair videos. What I decided after my last video ended up being, I think it was like 55 minutes long. There are a few items that we need to change. We're going to change out the GHS blower, going to change out a hydro, and we got to change out the seals in the bottom of the gearboxes on this Walker mower. So I decided rather than putting them all in one video, I'm just going to make individual videos on each of them so it's simpler for people to find on YouTube, and then that way they don't have to watch through a huge video if they're just interested of replacing one individual thing. So today I don't have any parts yet, so I'm just going to start prepping and removing things. But basically what we're going to do is I'm going to show you, it's a pretty simple video, I'm going to show you how to replace the seals, pretty much the easiest way that I've found on the bottom of your deck gearboxes. You want to make sure that you've got no excess play or no issues in the gearboxes. You know, inspect the gears, make sure everything's nice and tight. If that is the case, you can usually get away with just putting some new seals in, and you'll be good to go as far as leaks are concerned. So we're going to go ahead and make a video on how I do it. All right, so we're going to start off with just simply cleaning the bottom of these boxes. Just going to video one of them. We don't need to show you both. No matter which one you're doing, it's the same process. But we just want to clean this of any debris. Just don't want to introduce anything into the bearing. The bearing at the bottom of this, when we get the seal out, is going to be exposed. So, want to keep it nice and clean. Wouldn't be a bad idea to clean off any loose particles on the deck from up above so nothing falls. And that should be good. All right, so we got these little retaining plates there. It's just a Phillips. This is what I'm using. Make sure we get right down into that. Okay. Just applying a little bit of pressure here. There we go. Simple enough. You know, honestly, I probably don't even need to make a follow-up video on putting the seals in. It's pretty much the reverse process of this. This is the simplest job of the three major jobs that we got to do to this machine. Okay, so now we just take that plate off. Okay, we're going to clean that all up good. If you got a parts washer or a wire wheel, clean it all up, get all the rust off and everything. And there's the seal right there. Now, the easiest way that I've found to remove these seals is as follows. Okay, what I like to do, get myself a screw of some sorts and a drill bit. I want the drill bit to be about the same size as the shank of the screw, but not the actual screw threads. And what we're going to do is we're going to drill a hole right in the center of that edge of that seal. Okay, we've got this whole seal starts from here to here. There's a metal lip here and here, but right in the center it's just flat metal. So we're going to drill a hole right there. Then we're going to take this screw and we're going to screw it in just a little bit, about 1/4 of an inch. And then I'm going to grab a pair of vice grips and pull that seal right out. Now you want to be careful, and you're only trying to drill through just the casing for the seal, nothing more. Okay. All right, and we're going to go ahead and take our screw, just go in a little bit until that tightens up. And now we have a nice handle. You can use vice grips, pliers, whatever you got, channel locks. I'm just going to grab this pair that I have right here. You can actually use like a bending motion. And there we go. extracted. And then as far as putting the new one in, you just want to put a little oil on the inside of the seal, slide it over the shaft here, and get yourself a socket or a pipe about the same size of this that will fit inside, and then just lightly tap it in until it bottoms out. Actually, it pretty much just goes flush with the bottom of this surface right here. So you're going to push it in about so it's flush right across. And then we go ahead and put our retaining plate back on. That's all there is to it. So another good idea while you're here, I like to take a little Scotch-Brite pad. Let me see if I can get you in a little closer here. You want to just feel the surface that the seal rides on is the inner part. Get a little pointing. The seal is going to ride in here. And you can see out here where it's kind of like rusty. You don't want to put your new seal over this rust because you could risk damaging it. So what I like to do is just take a little, you could take some sandpaper or a little Scotch-Brite pad here. Okay, give it a nice cleaning. These gears and bearings aren't as susceptible to damage from just a little bit of dirt. You don't want any dirt in it, but I'm just saying as far as in comparison to like a hydro system, they are way more susceptible to having damage from a little bit of dust and dirt getting inside the system because the tolerances are so tight to create a lot of hydraulic pressure. This is not that. This is just a basic bearing in a gear case. It doesn't spin super fast. It's not under super strength, you know, anything crazy. But you can see this bearing's nice and tight. We caught this one just in time. We're going to be fine with putting a nice new seal on here. And again, we're going to reseal the top of the case of each of the boxes. So that way it's not leaking on the top. And then we're going to just keep an eye and see if the leak has been taken care of, which I'm assuming it will be. So for now, I'm just going to clean this up. I'm going to put the screws back on and let it sit there until the new seals come in. I'm going to show you how to put the new seal in by putting the old seal in. How's that? Let's put the old one back in. I'm going to play along and use our imagination. So I'm going to go ahead and find a socket. Here's our new seal. Myself a deep socket. It's a 32. Fits pretty decent around it. Get yourself a little hammer. Go ahead and place that over, like so. And you want to try to line this up nice and straight. Okay, once I got it in a little bit to that point, what I start to do is I'm going to slide the socket over to the edge all the way around, so the edge of the socket stops on the bottom of this, and that will prevent you from driving that seal in any farther than it needs to be. So then I'm just going to kind of go all around. Okay, now we're nice and flush. And then we'll go ahead and put our retainer back on, okay, with the 3 screws. All right, that's all there is to it. You can see where the screw is. Just don't go in that far where it's going to damage anything. And there you go. Toss this puppy out. I've actually had a time where I removed this seal by mistake, or I ended up putting it back in and I had to take it back out. You know, maybe I forgot the ring. There's a little C-clip in here. I can't remember what the case was, but I drove it in and it was the new seal. And then I'm like, oh no, I had to pull it back out. I actually drilled a hole in the new seal, extracted it. I put this down on a bench vise, and where it kind of like bent the metal, I tapped and straightened this all out so it was all nice and smooth again, and reinstalled it. And I put a little bit of RTV inside the hole just to cover the hole up. And that machine worked, you know, that's just a, it's just a seal. It's not under any crazy pressure or anything, and that thing held. It never leaked. It actually still might be the case on one of my boxes on my walker mower. So if you happen to do that, you don't necessarily have to throw the seal away. These are about $7.50, I believe, at like the what is it, Pro Parts Direct or the Walker Mower Parts or Preco Parts or any of those part suppliers. That's it. Simple video for today. Next up, I'm probably going to do a video on either removing the hydro or the GHS blower. But both of those videos will be coming down the pipe pretty shortly, and you can look out for those. If you're watching this video now and it's been posted for more than a week, the video is already out for those, so go ahead and find it on my channel. All right, guys, hopefully this helps somebody out. Have a good one.